Right, hi guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back. Thank you to all my new subscribers. It's nice to be up into double figures already, which is awesome. So, like I said, there's been lots of changes since the Dorset Memorial Cycling was a thing. And one of those big changes is the bike I'm riding now, which was, thankfully, the frame was sorted for me by Bikmo Insurance. So I'm going to I will give them a shout out. They done well by me. So if you want to insure your bike, have a chat with the guys at Bikmo, because at the moment they've done me proud twice now. So what I'm going to do is turn you around and take you over the new bike. And here she is. So I was given a giant TCR, and this paintway, I don't know if you're going to catch it in here in light or not, probably not, but this black is actually translucent paint, and it's the carbon underneath. And then you usually find what they do, so all down here outside you'll get the raw carbon coming through, down the seat stays it'd be raw carbon, and then areas where you have joins and lugs and stuff, they tend to fade in black so that it makes it a bit more pretty, because raw carbon can look messy in places. This frame in the sunlight is a very kind of platinum silver with a hint of bluiness to it, and as you can see, if I go around the head shoe, it does change colours a little bit. It just kind of accentuates all the shadows. So what am I running at and how am I running this set up? So let's start at the front, shall we? So I've got my trusty Garmin 830. Underneath I've got a nice little moon compact light. This is only a 530 lumen one, but it lasts for hours if you charge it up and have it on flash mode only. So for the summertime, this is my nice little compact light. It's not too heavy. It hangs under there really nicely and just allows me to have a light to, so people can see where I'm at. Handlebars, I have the Zip Ergo SO80s. So these are a nice compact bar. These, it's hard to get on camera. These have a 5-degree back sweep. They're quite flat on the top, so quite nice and ergo for your hands. They've got a short reach. Actually, these might be the SL70s. It's got a 70mm reach out here, so that's nice and short. And then they've only got a 125 drop. So from there to there is only 125 centimeters. And to be honest, I think it's smaller than that. I think they must measure theirs either middle to middle or middle to bottom. I'm not sure, but brands measure these things differently, so you can end up, with it saying it's 120, but it feels more, because they might measure from bottom to top. But they're a nice compact bar. They work for me really well. I like a 42 width because I'm not a little guy, and that's where we're at with that. Junior Macmillan, I've still got the K-Edge mount that he gave me, which I love. And I'm running Shimano Shimano 7000 levers. We'll come on to that in a minute. Stem, I've got the Giant SL stem, just in a nice standard 100mm, which is perfect for me on this bike. You've got the carbon fibre FSA headset, which now comes with the Giant system. I think because it's an oversized one, FSA is pretty much what you're kind of stuck with these guys, but it's nice, and again in natural carbon it shows off quite well. Going on down, this is the controversial bit in a minute, but we will get there. So at the moment I'm running these Scribe wheels. These are the gravel wheels that they provided me with to test. They are still going absolutely sweet, perfect. They're good for my robust nature, even on a road bike, and seeing as they're lighter than your average kind of road wheels, kind of 1500 grams, is perfect for me at the moment. I am running a 28C tyre on this bike, even though this is not the newest model TCR. It is 28 is the maximum. I've got 3mm clearance to 4mm clearance all around everywhere on the frame. I've measured it, so I'm happy it's safe, but you would not want to go bigger, or you wouldn't want a 28C tyre that runs bigger than that. This is the Swalb 1. This is their new, where's the sticker on it? There is a sticker somewhere that you've got to look for when you're buying the Swalbs. So, so this is the newer TLE, excuse the bomb round, the newer Swole 1 TLE ADEX. So this is the latest version of the one. It's basically a thicker version of the Pro, running the same ADEX compound as the Pro, but it's thicker, it's slightly more armoured, it's a bit more of a durable version. And you lose a few watts, but to be honest, 5 to 10 watts for added punch protection is worth it in my eyes. Get around to the bottom of the scribe wheels, and we've got my, are they nuke proof? I think they might be nuke proof valve cores. But the controversial bit, here we go. TRP Sphere SLCs. So these are cable operated brakes. Disc brakes that I'm using a 160 rotor. This is carbon fibre. They've got a nice little protection cap over the top to help stop grit and grime getting in. And the cable, the outer cable that I'm running on them is TRP or Jaguar compressionless. To be honest, I think I bought the TRP one, but it's identical to Jaguar. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they use Jaguar to create it. I will do a full review on these, and then I will tell you then why I'm running them. But one of the main reasons I'm running them is so that I can run these, let's come up again, these levers. Even though I've got a set of hydro levers, the hydro levers here, this little lump here is all the way up here, and it comes out way bigger. And I just find that ergonomically, after I had these on my Holdsworth, and I always found that at the moment I got on the Holdsworth, I loved the shape of the hoods. So this is a test. I still have at the moment the hydro levers and hydraulic calipers, but I haven't wanted them on this bike, and I haven't felt that I've missed them. Where I am at with them at the moment is power wise, I would say these levers are the same as a hydro setup power wise, but if you were using 140 rotors. So I'm using 160 rotors, and they remind me of the same type of power I would get from hydraulic with 140 rather than hydraulic with 160. So I reckon I'm probably losing about 10% of power by using these with the 160 rotor versus hydro. But I love the feeling of it. So coming back through the bike, we get to the next talking point, Gonzo. So this is my SMP Avant. During lockdown, I worked on a bike for somebody. There's my Garmin mount on the back, homemade. I worked on a bike for somebody, and I took it for a little test ride. Because, you know, he's a friend, and he said, no, go and take it out for a ride, Jace. And he had the SMP well, and my days, it was like sitting on a sofa. And this is no exception. It is absolutely stunning. And I find the way it supports your pelvis is out of this world. It's really good because I've broken my back, and actually I've broken my coccyx as well. I don't count that as your back because that's a solid bone anyway. I find this is really supportive and really helps with pain over long distance. Coming on down, I've got a set of very nice S-Works carbon cages that were gifted to me by Mr. Steve Wong. He's the gentleman who painted my old Diverge frame. Groupset wise, I am running 100% R7000. Why? Because I love it. It is absolutely value for money, one of the best group sets Shimano's ever made. And this is the first time ever that 105 was mechanically identical to Dura-Ace. So for what, 200 to 250 grams versus 2,000 pounds of Dura-Ace or 500 pound of R7000, I will take the R7000 every time, because 200 grams to me is nothing when you're a 110 kilogram rider. I'm still running my trusty old R8000 pedals, which I love. Over winter I've been running XT SPDs so that I can use my North Face boots. On the back now I'm running the giant ride sense system, which is down here. So if you look, I have a magnet down here, and I have a magnet in that nice little rubber band there for speed and cadence. Again, at the back, this This is something as well. This is a sun race chain provided directly by the importers. Way cheaper than Shimano, and my Shimano 105 chain over winter didn't even last 2 rides before it started to rust. This has now done the rest of winter and is absolutely crystal clean, as you can see. I'm running on the back a 11 to 34. That is an Ultegra R8000 cassette, but when that wears out, that will just be a 7000 because value for money. And of course my long cage mech, a 160 rotor on the back, TRP again, and again matching tyres and my fantastic Scribe wheels again. So let's turn you around. So guys, let's turn around. Let's see if we can get the bike in. There we go, that's better. So guys, that's where I'm at the moment, bike-wise. And yeah, it's very different. I tried to go to a gravel bike in the hope it would give me everything I need. However, when the insurance claim was made, Specialized didn't want to help me. They wouldn't source me a frame for that price value, so Bikmo then were looking at writing everything off, and I'd have to have sent them back all my bike complete when actually I wanted my parts. You know, these are parts I've custom spec'd and custom chose and built up. And I'm, you know, so I said to them, just please source me a frame. And this was one of the frames that was sourced for me. And this was the frame I chose. And it's a frame that for years, I've always said, oh, I don't want a giant TCR, but I want a giant TCR. And then when I've gone to buy one, even when I was working at a giant Southwest store, I shied away from giant TCR, which is silly. I'm 6'2" with a 32 inside leg, which means I have a very long back. So for me, this frame is a medium large, which means the top tube length is almost identical to my old Tarmac 58 centimetre, but seat tube is only, I think it's 52 centimetres centre to centre. So, you know, due to the sloping top tube and the compact nature, it means I've still got great standover clearance. I can still run a nice bit of length of seat post out to give me my correct, you know, inside. Because I run from all my bikes, I basically run from this position here, I measure from there straight up through to the centre of the seat post, 91 centimetres. That's where I start. Then I can go up or down from there, a centimetre either way, and I'm happy. So at the moment I'm running at 91 centimetres with 0 issues. And I've actually set the seat post a little bit more forward by about 3 mils than what the power saddle would have been on there. And it's perfect. So it seems silly that knowing my dimensions, why didn't I ever buy a bike that, because I'm not very keen on the classic look. So, you know, a classic look bike, you can see how sloping the top tube is by looking at my kitchen unit. You know, a classic bike, that top tube would come off level here, would come off level all the way to here, and then look what I would have left stuck out the top. So, you know, and I've got a thing about really short seat posts and classic look bikes. Whilst I love the idea of classic bikes, I don't particularly love the all frame, no seat post look. Mainly because I know that the moment I throw my leg over, if I was to jump off the saddle for some reason quickly, I've got no clearance. And I like clearance. And whilst I know it's not the be all and end all, for me, it is one of the be all and end alls and one of the things that I like for safety reasons. I like to know that if I have to jump off the saddle quickly in town, legs either side, I'm not going to injure myself. That's something that I like. So that's not for everyone to say that's correct, but it is for me. So this bike has fitted me to a T. And with the 100mm stem on there and the shorter reach, it's brilliant. It allows me to adopt a really comfy position that has been really working for me. And every time I ride it, I fall in love more and more. It's beautiful out there today. I was meant to go out for a ride this morning, but yesterday I built a trampoline up for my girls, and part of that building that trampoline was moving some 80 kilogram slabs around underneath the trampoline, which means moving heavy slabs, which are 6 foot long, whilst being ducked under a trampoline to move these slabs onto the legs of the trampoline so that the wind can't take it away. It's not a very particularly elegant solution to keeping your trampoline down on the floor, but it will work. However, I'm suffering today and I've really hurt my shoulder and my back in the process, which is silly because I should know better by my age. But there you go. So guys, that's where we're at. Look, me, back with you guys, this time with a giant TCR, and of course for when I do go off-road, my classic stump jumper. But that will be another vlog for another time. Thanks for joining me again, guys. Please like, please subscribe, and I'm going to leave the comments on below at the moment, just because I didn't realise that they were on the other one, and a few people have made comments already, so that was very nice. Thank you, Tony, for eventually getting through, even though you did encounter Facebook's new algorithm, which seems to be very strict on me for some reason. But there you go. See you soon.